So I am talking to you from Lake Arrowhead, California. I am 5,170 feet above sea level, and I'm at my annual family camp vacation at the UCLA Conference Center up at Lake Arrowhead. And we are just finishing up an awesome week. And it is just gorgeous up here. Yesterday it was over 100 degrees, but with a breeze, it was just so nice. And that just got me thinking of kind of perspective and perspective on life as a parent, as a husband, as someone who influences others with their money. And so the theme I want to share with you this week is your perspective determines your results. And I notice a lot of times that people's perspective on an investment they have is actually too close up. And when we get too close to the action, we tend to greatly increase our emotions and have our emotions drive our decisions. And yet when we back up and get a distance, we get more logical. So I want to talk about this perspective, and specifically I want to talk about with a stock that I brought up, or a company that I brought up in last week's podcast. And the name of that company is Yahoo. And Yahoo got a new CEO. And as soon as that announced, Yahoo stock went up about 180% from the second half of 2012 over on the lower left of the screen here, and kind of went straight up to the beginning of 2014. And that move right there, almost a straight shot up, is about 180%. And then from the very top here in January of 2014 to about, let's call it May, maybe that's April, it fell 25%. But when I look at this with this very, far back perspective, I see, oh, here's a stock that has gone up 180% and is now backed off 25% and just kind of chopping sideways and getting people annoyed and upset, but not really doing much, just kind of setting up for its next major move higher. Now that's easy when you have a perspective and you're looking at maybe 2 years of data. But if I were to zoom in, and this is what I want to actually do, I want to zoom in, and here's the price chart. I'm just bringing it up on a price chart software. And when you look at it with this information, it's pretty straightforward. I can then show you the open, high, low, close of each day, and that starts to make things feel a little scary because you can see gaps up, gaps down, you can see intraday highs and intraday lows, so you're getting more information which changes your perspective. If I then start to zoom in, and now I don't have a 2-year view, right now I'm basically showing from September of 2013 till today, that seems to make things a little scarier. And I'm going to actually zoom in one more time and just show 2013. Now, with this price chart software, I can actually go back in time in my Go Back in Time machine and kind of start at the beginning of the year where we are right now. This is the beginning of the trading year right here. And you can see the beginning of the trading year, Yahoo dropped 2%. So if your perspective, and I'm even going to make this feel a little scarier and zoom in, and you see this huge black bar, it's 2% down. That might feel very scary. And then, not bad. It goes sideways and it goes down a little bit. Oh, then it pops up 2.5%, and your perspective, if it's really close in, is like, oh wow, I was really smart. I'm up 2.5%. Oh my gosh, I'm really smart. I'm smarter. Okay, oh, I'm not smart. Oh my gosh, it fell 3%. Right? My perspective is so close in that 3% really scares me, and then it's up almost 3%, then it does nothing, then it goes down 2%, then another 1 or 2%, then it's up, then it's down 2%, then it's down 3.76%. Now this is really scaring me. Now it's down 3.3%. Oh my gosh, it's up 4.28%. Oh my gosh, it's down almost 9%. I'm so close in. Now, I'm not suggesting you should take this all the way down to its 25%, but notice how much scarier it is. Oh, now it's up 2%. Now it's down 3%. Now it's up 2%. Now it's down up 2%, up almost 3%, up almost 1.5%. Oh my gosh, things are okay. It's going back up. It's 2% up. Wait, nope, it's down 1%. No, it's up 1%. No, it's down. It's up. It's down. It's down. It's down. It's up. It's down. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's down, up. Look at that, 3.6%. And notice how this could be really scary if you're really close in. Look at some of these gaps. I mean, that popped up 4%. Okay, now it dropped down. That dropped down 2%. I mean, this could be really scary if you're so close in. And that's what happens with a lot of people who are investing. They are watching their investments way, way too close. And because of that, it's almost like they're a car in traffic and they can't see what's going on. They don't have the perspective. And so things get really scary. And so I zoom in like this to show you with something that I actually don't think is that volatile because it's just correcting. Yeah, here it's up 6%, but then it's going to drop again. It's going to make things really scary. But it's the perspective because you're too close in. And so what I want to leave you with is the idea of actually stepping back from what you own. Get some, alerts in place, get some structure in place, get a strategy in place. So once you buy something, you actually don't need to look at it. Because this could be really scary if you own this and you're looking at it each day and you're watching it go up and go down in really big numbers, whether it's up 2 or 3% or down 5% or up 6%. This could be really scary to watch so close. I mean, look at that drop. That drop was almost 6%. But this is perspective, because what I'm going to do then is I do want to zoom back, but let me just get up to the current trading day and just to show you how scary this could be. I mean, look at that drop again, another 5%. But notice it keeps going up each time it drops 5%, as it does right there. But this is perspective. So now if I zoom out again and get a different perspective, all those volatile moves don't seem so volatile. And then if I just show you the close of the day, then it seems more comfortable, and yet zooming out even more, it gets more comfortable. So if you own individual stocks or even sectors or an index, what you want to do is actually get a different perspective, get a bigger perspective, step back from it. Because when I see people lose time throughout the year, throughout the decades, what's happening is they buy something and they get so intimate with it. They put it on their phone, they put it on their computer, the ticker symbol that is, and it shows up all over their life and world, and it makes them crazy. They jump into their emotions. And that's not good for your future. That's not good for your portfolio. So my suggestion is to actually step back and get a bigger perspective. Because if I showed you this price chart and said, look, it's gone up 180%, it's just taking a breather right now. It just fell 25% and just chopping back and forth. And then some good news will come out. It's probably going to go up. And if we're wrong, we have a stop loss down here. That seems all very logical because we're zoomed out. We have a very big perspective. And so really the takeaway that I want you to get from this week's podcast is to really step back and get that bigger perspective with your individual positions. Of course you need alerts. Of course you need a strategy. Of course you need a good reason to get into something and know when you're going to get out. That's all the strategy. And once you're in a position, step back and get that bigger perspective, like my family, family camp each year kind of gives me. Just that's being able to step back, see my kids, see my wife, see my family, get the perspective on life for this week. It really puts things in position, and I think we want to do that more and more with our individual stocks and get that bigger perspective and be able to look down and go, oh, it's just chopping sideways. We don't need to do anything. And the best way you can do that is to actually follow a strategy that includes alerts, that also includes not having the ticker symbols on your phone or on your computer so you see them each day. Let the strategy manage the position, not your emotions. And guys, that's really just another step towards your freedom with your money, your future, and your life. Until next time, this is RC Peck.